What is up YouTube? My name is Skoldiee and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to go through the 4-2-3-1 formation here, and it's going to be an ultimate guide where we're going to cover custom tactics, we're going to cover the attacking patterns, we're going to cover what players to use, and as well the defensive patterns that we need. So let's just get started. So we'll start off by taking a look at the custom tactics, and as you can see on the screen, we're running balanced 4-4 and then balanced, and then we're running 6-6. And this custom tactics is more of a defensive one. This is the one I usually run when I'm winning and it's about 10 minutes left of the game. But this is a tactic that works really well as well with just if you want to have a very compact team, if you're not very secure in defending, because the way we use the instructions later on is going to give us a very compact team. So if we just jump on over and look over to the custom tactics, we're going to be able to see here that we have the striker. He's going to stay on getting behind, but he's not going to stay forward. Then on all of the cams, the right cam, the left cam, and the center cam, we're going to have come back on defense. We want him to come back. And at the same time, if we're looking at the CDMs, we're going to have them on stay back and cover center. So this kind of the custom tactics, it will allow our center backs, or it will allow our team to have a very compact team. And the way that the same thing with the fullbacks, they're gonna stay back. So we're gonna have a full team that is just coming home and then just playing very compact. So this, you gotta play very slow build-up play, or you gotta play fast counter-attack gameplay. There is no in between on this kind of custom tactics. And for the next custom tactics here, we have the ones I'm using myself, which is just balanced 5-5, balanced 6-6. And this as well, it's a little bit of like a very simple one. I don't have any specific instructions. My cams doesn't have any instructions at all. My striker has stay forward and get in behind just to be like a point, so I don't get pushed down too far with the defense. And then the CDMs once again just stay back and cover center. So I run a lot manually. And the same thing with the fullbacks, they're also on stay back. So if you need them to come forward, what you gotta do is you just gotta click the D-pad and use the attacking fullbacks, and then they're gonna come forward instead of risking something that you're not really secure with. So these are the kind of two ones that I run, and in case you're struggling as well, I can also recommend going pressure on heavy touch and then go 7-7 on width and width on depth as well, which is very effective if you're playing against possession players and such. But I can make a whole episode on how to play that. So let's just jump on to the next part of this episode. So as you can see on screen now, we have two different teams that I've been using. The left team was before I had my insane pack luck on PlayStation, and the right one is the one I'm currently using on Xbox here now. But in order to get a really nice team on using the way you want to use this formation, you gotta get some certain players that fits the criteria that you need to use. So for example, if you're looking at the fullbacks, they need to be somewhat fast enough, and then they gotta be very comfortable, and they want to have good passing, because good passing is because we're gonna ping a lot of those through balls down the wing, and they want to be sure to be able that you hit those balls. And if you don't hit those long balls, then you're gonna have a big problem, because then you're gonna lose 50% of your attacking capacity with this team. The center backs, it's just a matter of what preference. Depending if you play very far back, you want very solid center backs. If you play a high pressure, you want to have faster center backs. So as you can see, my center backs are very fast. Boateng and Varane, I can play high pressure and get away with it. If you're looking at the CDMs, you want to have one that is a little bit more defensively, and then you want to have one that is maybe a box to box or a more offensive that can go forward. But most important thing, that both of them are very comfortable with the ball. On the left side, you could see that my SCN is not very comfortable with the ball. But he's very good defensively, and at the same time, you have an Alexander-Arnold, which is an all-around player itself. So it's a little bit hard here because my PlayStation team is not the best in terms of building a 4-2-3-1, but just because I packed the SCN, it was really nice. While on the right side, you can see that I have Goretzka and Vieira. Vieira is very comfortable on the ball, which you're going to be able to see. And plus, he's more defensively minded, so he's playing with the medium-high work rate, so he's going to be more defensive, while Goretzka is the guy who's coming forward, but both of the players are very all around, so you can use them in the offensive way and the defensive way as well. Then as well, we have a cam on both of the teams, so we can see that the cams is gonna be Eusebio on my expensive team, and the budget team I have the Nedved one. they gotta have 4-star skills at least, and then they gotta have 5-star skill move, because this is a position that you need to, when you're coming forward, you want to have somebody who can turn and shoot in case they get into the position. Same thing with the striker, you want to have somebody who has at least 5-star skills, because he's very, very efficient in a way. And with the winger, it's all about pace. You need to have pacey wingers, and it's preferable if they can come inside and shoot as well. So for example, I have Mane and Gucci, or Saint Maxime as he's called, on the PlayStation team, and then I have Neymar and Gucci again. They have the extra, like the shooting ability where they can go forward and shoot. So this is like the kind of teams, but if you need some suggestions, just write in the comments and I'll let you know some players you can use and what you should think about when using. So a little difference in the budget, but both of the teams, they've done me well. For example, the left team, they got me 29-1. The right team has got me 29-1. So same thing, different teams. But let's just jump on to the next episode of this little Ultimate Team guide. So what we can see here is that we are right now on the attacking patterns, and the key is going to be the wings. And as you can see, I'm just pushing down the wing, which leads to my opponent. He's going to push back, his team is going to go further back, and then I can just find the ball into the CDM, find an easy pass, and then start working the magic outside of the box. So the key of the first attacking pattern is that you want to go down the wing, turn back, and then find a quick pass into the first player, and then work the ball from there into your strikers, or if you go to the cam, then you can just see what's going to happen. Because all of the goals, they're going to look very similar. They're going to start from the wing, and then we're going to work the ball in from the wing into the strikers cam. And once again, you can see here we're playing a really, really good play here in Foot Champions. I think this guy was 16-0 as well. And as you can see, we're working the ball down the wing, which forces his team to push back. And what we do later on is we find the ball into Eusebio, work the ball into the middle, and then we have an easy way. And all of those goals are very similar. And once again, you can see here that we're coming on the wing, playing it out, and then we're forcing a ball. And as you can see, what we want to do is we want to push the team all the way down, so they get down into their box and have to defend. And then we want to turn back and we want to find the space. Because you can see here, Eusebio is coming into a space outside of the box. This is the one we want to utilize. And as you can see, when we do so, we just wait half a second and then we have an easy goal. When we move on to the build-up play, so this is where we want to start with the build-up, and you can see that the CDMs, they are going to be very crucial in a way as well. So this attack is a little bit different because we're using the CDMs more here. So that's why you want to have CDMs that is more comfortable on the ball. But still, some of the attacks, they're going down the wing. And once again, you can see we're going with the CDM. Finding the pass here, just waiting patiently. And then you can see, once again, the CDM comfortable with the ball. Just working the way. And then eventually, we're going to find a pass into the striker from the CDM. And then we're going to strike. So this is also what you want to do and why you want to have very good CDMs with the ball. Because once again, you can see here that the CDMs need to be comfortable. They need to be able to find these passes into the striker. And they need to be able to hold on the ball if they get a little bit of pressure. And once again, you can see easy passing between the midfield and the center backs. Easy pass further on, and then we have an easy goal. And once again, you can see here we're using the CDMs. They are the key of my attacks in the second pattern here. Because there's two. There's one way where you push down the team by going down the wing. Or the second one is here where you're using the CDMs in a way that you're building up the play. Because here you can see that we're passing it around, waiting for the space to appear. Because you can see he has a lot of people back. And eventually we're going to find that little space. And after a little nice 1, 2, 3 passes, and you can see that we find the pass to Neymar. And we have an easy goal. So that's the way of you got to attack. That's the two kind of attacking pattern that you need to use in order to be successful with this. And the key point is on the wing. So another episode here is where we have with the defending here. We can see here that we are very aggressive. And in order to be at your best with your defending, you need to be aggressive in the space in between your midfield and your center backs. You're not allowing anybody to get into that space. And you're going to be able to see here how we're monitoring that kind of position. You see with Mbappe, we're not letting the ball get in. And as soon as it does, that's when we put the pressure on. And as you can see here, what's gonna happen is we're going to win the ball very early in the game. We're going to get a counter-attack. We're going to use the kind of attacking pattern with the wing. And then find the pass into there. Easy passes. And then we have an easy goal. Just from playing defensively aggressive when they get into the zone. And we have a nice pressure possibility. And once again, you can see here how we're pressuring with the center backs. And if we take this in slow-mo here, we're going to see that first of all, we're gonna step up here into the space with Varane. We can see, okay, he's not playing the ball. We're gonna track the run, and the next thing we're gonna flip the switch to Boateng, and we're gonna go forward here because we don't want to allow him to have any time in this space in between our CDMs and the center backs. Then we make a little crucial mistake here where we pass the ball, but we win the ball back easily. So make sure that you're aggressive in this area. And if we just look at the same kind of clip in the same game, because we're playing a really, really good player here. He's a 30-0 player from this weekend league. And you can see how we're monitoring the CDM spots, or the CDMs, and not allowing any passes to come in behind our midfield. Because you can see here, we're making a little mistake there with Varane, but we're making sure that we're maintaining the pressure so he doesn't get too much time. Then we step forward, we can see, okay, the Varane is out of position. We cover that. He doesn't play the ball. And then once again, you can see here, we're covering the pass into the striker. We're not allowing him to find Cruyff into that space. And then when he tries to find the other pass to Neymar, we cut it back. And then eventually he's going to make a drag back and we can make an easy interception and get the ball. So when you think about defending, that's very important that you are very aggressive with the center backs and the CDMs. Preferably if you have some quicker center backs is always good because then you are afford to lose out on a tackle or two. But very, very aggressive with the center backs and the CDMs, and don't allow anybody to get any time in the space between your CDMs and your center backs. Because if they do, then you're going to have a really bad time if they have too much time. And that was everything for this guide. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, learned something new perhaps, and maybe you'll have a little different way of playing the 4-2-3-1 now. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll be sure to put out more of these kind of tutorials in the future. But otherwise, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching again. See you guys.